Hey guys! Today we got the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian and it was epic. I hope you watched it along with me. If you didn't, don't worry, I'll link it here, but also you can just go to my channel and find it. I have that video up, so all you have to do is sync up the timer down below in the bottom and we can watch it together and you can get my commentary and reaction as it goes along. Now, let's start talking about this thing. Full warning, there's going to be spoilers. I'm going to recap it and give you my thoughts and hopefully not cry like I cried like a little baby during my reaction. It was bad at the end there, guys. But all right. Let's talk about this. Hey, Tessa from Mama's Geeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Okay, so let me start off by saying that this episode was everything I could have hoped for and more. There was so much that happened in this episode that I, number one, didn't see coming, and then that just completely overwhelmed me with emotion. And honestly, this was probably the best episode of the entire series, and I cannot imagine them topping this for season 3, although I am waiting for them to try, okay? It was absolutely incredible. So we start off with some people, some familiar faces, some liar, pants on fires who said they weren't going to be in the season anymore. You might recognize Sasha Banks' character, and I think her name is Casca? Something like that. Anyway, she's back, and then of course we have Bo-Katan back, and you know, they're being recruited by Mando and Boba. They say, listen, Moff Gideon, we got to go after him. He's got the child. And it's really good interaction because, first of all, I kind of love Boba and Casca kind of going at it, right? They're like, oh, the sidekick. But it's a hilarious scene. I really like the two of them, the way they interacted. But you also have Mando talking to Bo-Katan. And we learn quite a bit more about Mandalore. And, you know, they discuss the Darksaber. And whoever possesses it is the rightful ruler of Mandalore, and Moff Gideon has it, so she wants to go. She says, listen, we'll go with you. You can have the child. I want the Darksaber. I want Moff Gideon. You leave him for me. And so they kind of make this deal that they're going to team up. So now we've got Casca and we've got Bo-Katan, and of course we've got Boba and Mando and Fennec, and they end up getting a ship. And end up sneaking their way in. They look like they're being attacked by the slave one, and then Boba takes off, and they're able to get into Moff Gideon's ship that way. And so Boba, we don't really see him the rest of the season. I mean, the season, yes, but the rest of the episode, he doesn't board the ship, which, come to find out later, I feel like there's a big reason they did this, because it could have made things a little muddy. So that was... Listen, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to go off. We'll get there eventually. So then they're trying to take over the ship. They're trying to find Moff Gideon, of course. And then we get Moff Gideon saying to release the Dark Troopers. Now, Mando is trying to stop them from coming out. We get one who breaks his way through the door, and Mando takes him on. And Mando has a really hard time with him, but of course his armor of Beskar certainly helps, and he ends up eventually killing or stopping, because you know the Dark Troopers are droids, they're not actually human. He ends up stopping that one Dark Trooper, and then he comes up against Moff Gideon, okay? So Moff Gideon has Grogu all tied up, of course. Well, he's got his little handcuffs on, which when you have baby-sized handcuffs, you know you're evil, right? So he's got him, he's got the Darksaber, and he's all, I have what I want from him already. I have his blood. I just wanted to study his blood. You can go ahead and take him. Well, Mando goes to get Grogu, and he goes to hit him with the Darksaber. He was totally going to murder him. Doesn't surprise me. He's a villain. I mean, hello. But because of his armor, he doesn't. Now, what we learned earlier in his conversation with Bo-Katan is that the Darksaber can cut through anything. Well, almost anything. It cannot cut through Beskar, which is actually really kind of awesome. So the two of them start this big fight. And like I showed you earlier, you can tell Mando, he actually disarms the Darksaber from Moff Gideon and gets his staff there up against his neck, and Moff says, ooh, you are gonna spare me. Interesting. This should be interesting. So what does he do? He marches Moff Gideon to Bo-Katan. I should say one of the most badass lines of the entire series is when Moff Gideon is explaining that he knows that the rest of the girls, I should say girls because they're all girls, which by the way, total girl power moments of them fighting their way through the ship. He says they're on the bridge now, I know, and they've probably killed everybody, and they know I'm not there, and they're starting to freak out. Word to the wise or something like that. A piece of advice. Always assume I know everything. It just was pretty intense, pretty awesome. But I loved seeing the 4 girls just completely kill it. We got Cara Dune, Sasha Banks' character, I think it's Casca, Bo-Katan, and Fennec, of course, the 4 of them, all teamed up, complete girl power moments, just absolutely crushing it as they make their way through to the bridge and discover Moff Gideon is not there. But now Mando's marched him in, and he's like, hey, look, we got, whatever, I got him, and tries to hand the Darksaber over to Bo-Katan. And Moff actually, I really love how Moff is explaining this. Moff Gideon is explaining this, and Bo-Katan isn't. But basically, the gist of it is, it belongs to Mando now. Mando's the one who disarmed Moff Gideon and who beat him in battle. And that is the only way you can rightfully have the Darksaber. And so Bo-Katan will have to, her and Mando are going to have to fight. And even Mando was like, I yield, it's yours. And she wouldn't take it. And Moff Gideon's just basically laughing at the whole thing, saying like, yeah, that's not going to happen. She won't take it because, she didn't win it from you. Well, now the Dark Troopers, because I guess I didn't mention this earlier, but when Mando took on that one Dark Trooper, he actually hit the eject button and jettisoned out all the rest of the Dark Troopers. Well, now they have come back to the ship, and they are marching their way down, and you can see them on the security cameras, and it's so cool. And they are pounding on the door, and they are going to break into the bridge and just probably kill them all. Moff Gideon even says, we all know how this is going to end. All of you will be dead except for me and the child. And then we see an X-Wing come by, and this is when I was like, is that going to be Luke? Because I know, Grogu reached out to a Jedi. I mean, I knew the Jedi was going to show up here. And guess what? There's the X-Wing. And then you see a cloaked figure. And then you see that one hand has a glove and one doesn't. And I'm like telling myself it's got to be Luke. You see the green lightsaber. But I'm telling myself it can't be, it can't be, it can't be, it can't be. They're trying to make you think it's going to be, because I did not want to be disappointed. And this person, though, this Jedi is just absolutely killing. I mean, they literally crush a Dark Trooper with the Force. And then they end up coming into the bridge. And we get the reveal that, yes, indeed, it is Luke. It is Luke Skywalker. And it is a CGI Mark Hamill Luke Skywalker, who looks pretty darn amazing. There's one little thing where it closed up on his face when he was talking that I was like, But other than that, it's fantastic. Who shows up alongside Luke but R2-D2, which was really fantastic. I loved seeing R2. Oh, and by the way, Cara Dune has knocked out Moff Gideon, so he's not an issue at this point. But anyway, now Luke is basically saying, I've come to help Grogu master his abilities, right? And Grogu doesn't know what to do. He's kind of in between Mando and Luke, and he looks kind of at Luke, and Luke looks over at Mando and says he's waiting for your permission. And then this part made me cry so hard, you guys, the goodbye. I mean, listen, he takes off his helmet. Mando takes off his helmet and has a very tearful, thoughtful, fatherly goodbye to Grogu. It was definitely heart-wrenching at the time. And so now Grogu is going off with Luke to be trained, I guess. He's going off with Luke and R2, and this is pretty amazing. I mean, it raises so many questions because, of course, we don't see Grogu in the future of the films. So it's very hard trying to figure out where exactly this is going. Are they trying to rewrite some stuff? Is this all going to be explained eventually? We don't know. But that's basically where they end it. Except for, which my heart absolutely breaks for Mando. You can tell he's formed this bond with him, and Luke even says that. So but anyway, I was warned that there was an after credit scene, and so we get this incredible after credit scene with Fennec and Boba killing Bib Fortuna and taking over the throne, and then it fades to black, and we see the Book of Boba Fett. Coming December 2021. And all of this especially happening after Jeremy Bulloch has just passed on yesterday, it was a big deal. Boba is getting his own show, it looks like. Now, there's some speculation. Is this season 3 or is this an entire new show? I imagine it's going to be a new show. We don't know for sure. I mean, I know season 3 is like already filming with Pedro, so which I guess he could be part of it. I truly think this is a spinoff. I think we'll find out more next week. I think it'll be clarified once they allow, the time to not reveal spoilers. So probably sometime next week, either Ming-Na will come out and say something, or Jon Favreau. I mean, we'll get the clarification. They're just going to wait and let us speculate for a little while. However, I really truly think we're going to now have Boba, Ahsoka, and the Mandalorian all happening at the same time. I mean, we've got all this stuff with the Darksaber and Bo-Katan, and Mando has the Darksaber right now, and how's that going to work? So I imagine they're going to move forward with season 3 of the Mandalorian, and I think Ahsoka and her journey for Thrawn, that's going to be what's going on in Ahsoka. And now, I don't know, Boba, I don't know what's going to happen, but I sure hope he brings Cobb Vanth in with him, because I'd love to see the two of them team up, and that's what I'm hoping for. You guys let me know what you're hoping for in season 3 down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. As always, you can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Mama's Geeky over there. MAMASGEEKY. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, guys. Seriously, this finale was everything. It's all I could have hoped for and more. We got Luke. We got R2. We got a Boba movie. I mean, we've got Mando's got the Darksaber now. Bo-Katan was back. This is insane. This is crazy pants. I'm here for it. I'm excited. I cannot wait for more. And it looks like we're going to have to wait a year.